Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Let's have a property market update. There's so much been going on. We've had so many different data sources. So I thought let's put it all together in one video so we can accurately see what is actually happening in the property market. And if I'm honest, it's been ups and downs. There's good news and bad news. And there's good news for some, which in turn is bad news for others. So we've got quite a bit to cover in this video. While you're here, if you haven't done already, we're very close to hitting 100,000 views this month. Help me get there. All you need to do to take part in that is smash that like button over there. What that does is it helps the YouTube algorithm take a look at us and push us out to more people. And we're trying to get 7,000 subscribers. So smash the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. You'll see somewhere around how close we actually are. It's close to 100 likes that we need, 100 subscribers that we need now. So what's been going on in the property market? Well, it's been crazy, hasn't it, the last few years? We've had some huge increases in the pandemic, and it was absolutely insane how fast prices were going. That's when I started or made the decision. During the pandemic, I had a baby called Amelie, and I already have an older daughter called Georgia, who's 22. And at that point, I really had reflection and thought, you know what? I've got a property portfolio, I've got a business. My girls wouldn't be able to take on my business because my business is around me and mentoring people. So I have a property portfolio, but they need a little bit more than that. So I've decided at that point to build them a property portfolio. So during the pandemic, I was looking for properties, first off for Georgia, and it was really hard. I mean, we looked at tons of auctions. We traveled around the country doing viewings. One viewing we went to in Birmingham had 20 people roughly there. It was insane. You couldn't even speak to the agent. There were so many people. We left. We were just like, this place is going to go for silly money. Auctions that we were looking at, they were houses that were for 100 grand. They were going for 120, 130 grand. People were just bidding them up and paying crazy money. And that was happening with the market going up. Now, we're paying for the pandemic. We had quantitative easing. We've got energy crisis, and inflation has really hit us. So the Bank of England is pushing interest rates up. They've done it 14 times in a row now, which is unprecedented. And that meant the market has started to come to a screeching halt. So right now in the market, you've got transactions down around 15%. You've got 15 to 20% less buyers in the market. You've got 15 to 20% less sellers in the market. So that kind of evens that out. We were expecting property prices to crash quickly. It didn't happen. It's been a very slow process. The back end of last year, after the mini budget, we had a drop in house prices, October, November, December. This year, the market's been pretty much flat. So we look at different data sources on this channel. We look at Rightmove, we look at Nationwide, we look at Halifax, we look at Land Registry. And if there's any other data, RICS or anything like that, we'll look at that data as well. And what all of the data really has told us this year is the market hasn't moved much yet. And so what's happened is the market has been pretty flat. And that's changed this month, right? So when we've done some videos, it's interesting. We've done some videos on Rightmove. So Rightmove will always be positive and talk a good game for the market because it's in their interest, right? But I think their figures are fairly accurate. And so for a while, they've been saying asking prices have been going up. And everyone said, you can't listen to Rightmove. But it was very interesting. As soon as Rightmove said asking prices are down, suddenly Rightmove was someone we should listen to. And so Rightmove has said that asking prices last month are down 1.9%, right? And so, and that's asking prices. So that's interesting that we're moving towards that. Now that indicates that definitely, of course, the market is going to be going down, right? If asking prices are finally dropping, people will take less than that as well. And I am going to be doing a monthly update on where I feel the market's going to go. Initially, earlier on this year, I thought the market was going to go 8% down. It didn't move that fast. Then I said 6%. Currently, I'm sitting at 5%. I think 5% is where we are because we haven't got many months left. So I'm talking about 2023 calendar year, right? And so the asking prices are down. Now, these deals here, that you're going to get, people that are doing these deals, these will complete most likely in 2024. Unless there's a ton of cash buyers in there, which there could be. But majority of people are going to be buying on mortgages. It's slow. Some of those deals are going to fall out of bed. So a lot of deals that happen now will be the back end of next year that we'll get the data. So I don't think this drop is going to impact the 2023 results. So in next week, we'll have new data from Halifax and Nationwide. They like to publish fairly early in the month. So we'll see what's happening there. What else is going on in the market? Well, this is the bigger concern. So inflation has been a nightmare, right? Inflation hits people hard. If your eggs are more expensive, it's not great. If your milk's more expensive, it's not great. The biggest thing that I think is a nightmare at the moment is rent, right? And so rents are skyrocketing at the moment. Just to give you an example, flats that I could have rented in Dorking 2-3 years ago for 800 quid go for £1,200 now. They're fully flying out the door as well at £1,200. I remember when I used to put my properties on with estate agents, we'd get 3, 4, 5 viewings maximum. Now they get like 20 and they have to stop taking the inquiries. So the properties are on and gone very, very quickly. Now, this is a problem. And this is happening because the government don't have many landlord-friendly policies at the moment. Now, you might agree that, or you might feel that, who cares about landlords? Well, some people watching this channel see these types of videos and they jump into the comments and they say, well, it's the landlords, they're just taking the mickey here, they're profiteering and stuff like that. They're actually not. They're getting taxed at the highest level that they ever have. They get taxed higher than any other business that you'll see out there. They've got the ability to get rid of tenants going soon with Section 21 being abolished. And so that's another downside. Interest rates mean that for some landlords, payments have tripled. And Section 24, which is the tax implications, and energy performance certificates, which means potentially you've got to spend tens of thousands of pounds on a house that could only be worth 50 grand or 100 grand if it was up north. That's pushing landlords out the market. Then it's supply and demand. There are not enough properties on the market. In fact, rental stock is shrinking really, really fast because you're pushing the landlords out. That's why rents are going up. And that's a big problem for everyone at the moment. Landlords, it's not great. You've got to cover your costs. So you will probably need to get close to the market value just to survive. Not even to make good money, just to survive. That means that those tenants are stretched, and that increase is a huge jump. It's not like a pack of eggs or some cereal. This is long-term hikes, real cash coming out of their pocket. It's not good for anyone. And that longer term, I feel, is going to be a big problem. And I feel the government needs some sort of strategy. They need to stop sleepwalking into this. They need to come up with some sort of strategy that helps landlords' affordability so they can keep the rents lower and you keep some in the market. I don't know what that is right now, but I'd love to know, what do you think? What do you think the government could be doing right now in order to keep landlords in the market? Whether you have the World Economic Forum reasoning that we will own nothing and be happy, that's not going to happen overnight. If it did happen, I'm not going to be happy with that, but that's not going to happen overnight, is it? The big banks aren't just going to take all the properties. They're not going to take single let properties. They're going to take big blocks of flats, guys. That's really what they're looking at here, is big corporate blocks of flats with one roof, with one like stairwell, with one lift. They don't want single lets. They don't want one flat in this block and one flat in that block. Big corporates don't need that. They can invest billions and billions in building and own a plot of land freehold, and that's the way they're going to work it. So that's what's going on. Right now, the biggest news this month, by a long way, is asking prices are down 1.9%. That is going to impact sold prices. I feel early 2024 we'll start seeing the real impact from that. And the bigger concern is rent. That's the big killer for everyone at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is happening in the property market? Smash the like button. Let's get 100,000 views. If you want to help me get one more view, go and watch this video right here.